Guys, good afternoon. I am here to do the ta-da 50 stack challenge. Hashtag 50 stack challenge, actually. Let's get it right. Amy at the Crafty Cat is hosting this, and she drew her 2 prompts for the week 8. I hope I'm right. 15 wreath, 16 gold. Now, the weird thing is last night when I quit videoing, I put this gold braid on here. And if I didn't known that, I didn't know I was going to put it on there till it came to my head. So that's 15 and 16. Yes, we're right. Because she messed up and I'm trying to feel it. Now I'm feeling like I messed up. So what I did was I dumped out my Christmas. I buy Christmas jewelry and tear it apart. And there was a wreath in there. That isn't what I went looking for, but I'm like, oh my gosh, a wreath. I got some bells. I just spent about 45 minutes struggling with this. I made a tassel. I haven't made a tassel in so long, and I have several over here hanging on the wall. I don't know, maybe 8, and none of them are Christmas colors. So I had to make one, and my punchy thing didn't work. Then I did it, and I'm like, how am I going to hang it? I'm going to hang it like this because it's so far down. And then, I also lined the inside of my bag because I wanted to, reinforce this. So I'm going to tie this quick. I think I'll just leave it long. I was going to tie a knot on the inside, but I think this would be cute. Be so cute. So how's everybody on this windy Monday? It's windy here in Iowa. It's just crazy. Let me tell you guys, I went to my client's house this morning. I clean if you're new to my channel. Very few clients. I would say I have 8 total, and some of them are weekly. Well, one is weekly. The rest are bi-weekly. And then there's some that pop in. So it's enough. It's enough for me to keep me busy, and that's what I thrift with. Just FYI. It's my blow money. Yeah, that'll work. So here's my gold. Here's my gold. I just couldn't do it on camera because it's just very frustrating, and it's a lot. I'd have been an hour wrapping this and cutting this. And there is a video in my feed making tassels. So what I'm going to do is, there's my gold, and here's my wreath, and I'm going to, how am I going to do this? I want this to be one of the charms. So I'm going to take this. So my car, it's 10 miles to my first client. Well, I only have one a day. Now, Wednesday I have 2 because one of today's, it's a long story, but I ended up with 2 today. A couple weeks ago, one of them got struck by lightning, and it knocked out the power to their house, their gas and everything, their water heater. And they had to cancel, so I moved them to the next week, so then they're on the wrong week. They made this week. Normally they're on last week. They're on this week, and it makes it longer for me, and it's okay. So the only thing I could do was add them to Monday and have 2 houses, which is fine. I've had them for like 3 or 4 years. So you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to close this and tie it to one of the ribbons. So anyway, my car, to make a long story short, I got there. It's 10 miles, 9-ish. Got out. My car smelled. I'm like, what is that smell? They must have burned something this weekend. I thought it was like they burned something, like the smell of tires. That weird smell. And then I started walking to the house, and I thought, wait a minute, that's my car. So I went to the back of my car, and it was my rear tire on the driver's side. And I'm like, what the heck? Because it's probably been a year is all. I put new rotors and brakes on my car. So I know it's not that. And I'm like, oh my God. So I cleaned the house. What are you going to do? Stayed there, cleaned the house, let it cool down. It really smelled bad. And it took me about 2 hours and 15 minutes. And I called my daughter. She's on government layoff. And I told her that something funny was going on. And she said, I'm going to follow you home I don't think you should drive. She said, you better call the gas station that does all my oil changes and everything. She said, I think you need to call him and see what he says. Should I put it on this? I think I'll put it on a piece of this. And so I called, and he was out on a service, and him and his hired guy were gone. It's just a local gas station that's been there forever, and he's everybody's mechanic. I'm very good mechanic. There's my wreath. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tie it on. And she says, I can't tell you what to do, his wife. She's very sweet. And I said, well, I think I'm going to drive and just drive slow. And she goes, why don't you just bring it here and leave it, and we'll get to it when we can. So I told my daughter that's what I was doing, and she said, I'll follow you. I'll drive there. So she literally was behind me in my rearview mirror. I could see her. So we got wreath and gold. This is my gold. Again, I kind of did it ahead because they're easy when you get on a roll, but I haven't made one in probably a year. So let's put some bells on. These came off of a bracelet. Anyway, my car's sitting there. She picked me up. We got all my vacuum and all my cleaning supplies and all that. Put it in her car. She brought it all home, put it in my house. I called my daughter-in-law, and they have 2 cars, a Jeep, and a 4x4. You know what that is, like a Polaris or a whatever you call that thing. And my son has a company pickup, so they have an extra car sitting, 2 extra cars sitting there. So I said, I'm going to need a car tomorrow unless they get it fixed today. And she said, call and let me know tonight. And I said, well, I hope nobody gets sick at school, because I'm the backup for everybody. Somebody's throwing up at school. Grandma, can you go get blah, blah, blah. I said, well, nobody better be sick today because I'm stranded. So anyhow, see, this is a fiddly thing. And so that's my story. And anyway, what they think is they think I had a rock in it. I guess rocks will do that. She says, have you been on gravel, his wife? And I said, no. I mean, I didn't even leave my house all weekend. How crazy is that? I did not leave. I didn't have any reason to go anywhere. I mean, I could have went thrifting. Let's tie this on. So it is what it is. I don't think it's anything. Anyway, the funny story is when I got to the gas station, it didn't smell. And it was the same 9 or 10 miles back. Actually, it was another mile because I live a mile out of town. So let's put this at the end. I cannot find my washi tape, so now I'm missing 2 bone folders, a 12-inch metal ruler, and a whole slug of washi tape. Not a whole slug. I don't use it very much. But I do have some new ones that I like. I don't use it. But I'm sitting here looking around. Good Lord. One of these days I'm going to get on here and say, I lost my head. I don't think that's going to come loose. We're just going to tie one thing. Should we do another bell? I do have these gold corners. That's what I was going to do. I was going to put these gold corners on this. That was my other thing. But I don't think it'll work because it won't expand. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it won't work. That was my gold. That was my plan for my gold on screen. Won't work because I made my folder like like it expands. Let's use this one. This is a nice one. Should we do a green bell? Yes, we shall. Now where's my... So I came home. I made some chicken Alfredo. Sat in the recliner, ate that. Watched Cindy at Shenandoah Crafts. Oh, whoopsie, I went too far. That's okay, it can overlap. And then I watched a new gal. And I have some people to thank for stopping by. I have new people, and I went and wrote their names down. Sherry in West Virginia. Thank you, Sherry, for stopping and spending some time with my channel. And Harriet from Cape Cod. I saw her, she commented this morning. And that's kind of fun to me to see that because I visited Cape Cod. It was like a day, like I think we went to Plymouth Rock. Well, actually, who did we take there? My son and I went. And we saw the cranberry bogs. Wow, that is just crazy how they grow in layers of like sand and muck. I'm sure it's not muck. But anyway, we went to Cape Cod, saw some lighthouses, went to Plymouth Rock, saw the beach, did all the touristy stuff. Just for a day. So we got a green and a red. Do we want a reindeer? Sure, we want a reindeer. Yes, we do. And I'm never going to get this accordion journal done. Everybody's done but me, I think. Is anybody else doing these and they're not done yet? I feel like everybody's done 2 in the time that it took me to do 1. I just need to focus on one thing at a time, and I can't. Okay, let's put this reindeer on here. He's cute. I think he wants to go on this eyelet trim. Doesn't he? Yes, he does. Man, there's a lot of deer in the roads here that get hit. I'm going to use a needle and pull it through. Oh, see what I mean about fiddly? There we go. We'll have him hanging down at the end. And he's not coming off anytime soon. There's a pretty silver bell. Silver bell. Hear it? It's a real one. Let's hang it. And it's on one of these. Oh, I won't even need to do anything with that. Put that on this. So where is my washi tape? Is what I want to know. So I'm up with the 50 stack challenge for the first time on the same day she draws. Wow. It's pretty good. I need to take some pictures and list. I said I'm going to list 5 or 6 things a day, at least. I have hundreds to go up yet. Is that cute or what? Let's put a stocking on it. Isn't this one pretty? Whoa. I think this was on a charm bracelet, actually. So we'll do that. Let's do that. And Lois from Missouri had a nice little message from her. I used to live at Lake of the Ozarks when I was maybe 19, 20 years old. Went down there for the summer and got a place and worked at Tantera Golf and Tennis. And there was a corporation that came in and rented a block of rooms. I was in the suites. They were very expensive. Very young, very naive. And they did a disgusting thing to the room, one of my suites, and they were expensive. They had bars in them. And then the upstairs, it had an upstairs. It was a 2-level. So they were the fancy ones. I was in that block. I think I had, why did that come out? Anyway, I won't even tell you what they did. You can just use your wild imagination. And I walked in and saw it, and I just cried. I just cried. I was like so naive to the world. And it's still a stupid, sickening, shocking thing. But anyway, I went down and got my boss. She came up. Her name was Eunice. She's got to be dead by now. And gosh, I haven't thought about her for a long time. She had to send all the girls, a whole bunch of girls, a team. We had to go in and clean the room. It was everywhere. You know what it was. I'm not even going to say. It was on the patio doors, the bedding, the shower, the walls. And I quit. I did it. I mean, we cleaned, but I just quit. And then I went to on Bagnall Dam. This is before Bagnall Dam was like crazy huge. I mean, it was big then. It was touristy and everything. But now there's, oh, that came right off. Okay, it's not closing, is it? They had really cute shops and stuff. I got some blown glass clowns, and we used to walk the strip down there. There was a mom and pop. It was a Howard Johnson's, but it was one of those long ones that's like that has their door on each unit. It was one of those. And I don't know why this isn't closing good. And I went to work for them. They were very sweet. And in the lobby, they sold Frankoma pottery. I remember that. Isn't that crazy? They were a very sweet couple. Okay, I'm going to have to use a different one. So I went there because I just thought I just couldn't deal with that other stuff. And then my mom got cancer and I had to come home and stay for a while. And then it was not a good outcome. So I had to move home. I had to move back to Iowa, which was sad. But I mean, when I got off work, it was like water ski till dark. Just, that was the purpose of being there. Water skiing, lake life. I think that's enough. There's a cute little, I love charms. Let's just charm it up. Let's make it charming. This isn't very flashy. Just a little bead. So, and then, you know, life happens. Come back home. I had to take over my mom's business. They owned a business. And I had worked for them. It was carpet and draperies, custom made. And I was the only one that knew how to do it. And she was working on a nursing home at the time, 50 windows. And she had cancer surgery and couldn't finish her order. So I had to do it. And there was an attorney's order for a bedroom, custom made draperies, shears, the bedspread. I'd never made a bedspread. My poor mother was laying up on the couch in La La Land. Drug-induced from pain and everything. And I walked up and she was trying to explain to me how to do it. And I've never done it. And I said, I can't do it. And she goes, can't, never did anything. I'll never forget that. Can't, never did anything. By God, I made that bedspread. It was a lined bedspread that was made to fit the mattress. So it was the exact measurements. I'd never done it. And my mom had done them all the time. And, I mean, these are people with money. And, yeah. But I did it. Finished the nursing home. It was fiberglass, blue and gold. 25 blue windows, 25 gold windows, fiberglass, because fire retardant. And they looked like burlap. I don't know. I did it, guys. Yes, you can. I don't know where that all came from, guys. You got me saying stuff about stuff that I haven't even thought about for years. So I've been to Missouri and I've been to Cape Cod. But I have never been to Montana. Yes, I have been to Montana, where Kelly lives, because my sister lived in Missoula. And when my mom got cancer, my husband and I Had to drive out and get her, bring her back to live. And I think that's enough. That's my wreath. There's a wreath in there, and my gold. And I'm sorry I couldn't do more of this online, guys. The tassel, it was just a pain. All right. I don't know how much time I have. I don't know how long I've been out here. I was going to try to figure out a way to use this. And then I thought I could take this off and do this. Oh, I was trying my hardest last night to do something with this. But another day, guys, another day, another project. So I'm going to end my 50 stack challenge, and then I'm going to upload it, and I'm going to come back because I don't have anything to do except eBay, and I'm just not in the mood to do eBay. It takes a lot. And that's that. Thank you, Amy, for hosting this. Where's the star of the show? Right here. Wreath, gold. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.